previous session, we found that some liquids like solutions of acids, bases, and salts are good conductors of electricity. Liquids or solutions which conduct electricity are called electrolytes. Electrolytes can be strong or weak. A strong electrolyte conducts electricity in large quantity, while a weak electrolyte conducts electricity in lesser amount. Strong acids like hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, then salt solutions, strong bases like sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, etc. are strong electrolytes, whereas citric acid or lemon juice, acetic acid or vinegar, carbonic acid, etc. are weak electrolytes. In the previous sessions, we found that tap water conducts electricity. Now, let's check whether pure water conducts electricity by using our tester. You know that distilled water is the purest form of water. It does not contain any dissolved minerals. Now, let's check whether distilled water conducts electricity. Take about 2 teaspoons of distilled water in a clean and dry plastic or rubber cap of a bottle. Now dip the free ends of the tester in distilled water. What do you observe? Does the compass show deflection? If you are using the tester with bulb, does the bulb glow? You can observe that the compass needle does not show any deflection, or the bulb does not glow. What does it indicate? You can conclude that the circuit is not completed and distilled water is a bad conductor of electricity. Now dissolve a pinch of common salt in distilled water. And now you can test the conductivity of water. What do you observe? Does the compass needle show deflection? When a pinch of salt is added to distilled water, the bulb glows, or the compass needle shows deflection, indicating that the water which contains salt conducts electricity. The water that we get from different sources such as taps, wells, ponds, etc. is not pure. It may contain dissolved salts or minerals. So we can conclude that pure water is a bad conductor of electricity, whereas impure water conducts electricity due to the presence of dissolved minerals. To make water conducting, we can add salt, acid, or base to it. Solutions of acids, bases, and salts are good conductors of electricity. What happens to the liquid when electric current passes through it? To find out, let's do this activity. Take out carbon rods carefully from 2 discarded cells. Clean their metal caps with sandpaper. Wrap copper wires around the metal caps of the carbon rods and join them to a battery. these two rods can be called as electrodes. Instead of carbon rods, you can also use two iron nails of about 6 cm length. Now take water in a glass or plastic bowl. Add a teaspoon of salt or a few drops of lemon juice to water to make it more conducting. Now immerse the electrodes in this solution. Make sure that the metal caps of the carbon rods are outside the water. Wait for a few minutes. Now observe the electrodes carefully. Do you notice any gas bubbles near the electrodes? What are these bubbles? Where do these bubbles come from? These bubbles are hydrogen and oxygen gases. These gases are released from water. You know that water is a compound which is formed of elements hydrogen and oxygen. Water is a chemical compound which is made of hydrogen and oxygen atoms. One molecule of water is formed of two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. In water, hydrogen and oxygen atoms are chemically combined. When electric current is passed through water, chemical changes occur and water splits into its component elements, hydrogen and oxygen. In 1800, a British chemist, William Nicholson, had shown that if electrodes were immersed in water and a current was passed, bubbles of oxygen and hydrogen were produced. Oxygen bubbles are formed on the electrode which is connected to the positive terminal of the battery, and hydrogen bubbles are formed on the electrode which is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. So the process of splitting of a solution by the passage of electric current through it is called electrolysis. We can say that electrolysis of water produces hydrogen and oxygen gases. From this activity, we can conclude that the passage of electric current through a conducting solution causes chemical reactions. This is the chemical effect of electric current. But how do we know that chemical changes occur? As a result of chemical changes, the following changes or observations can be made. Formation of bubbles on electrodes. If the component elements are gases, we can see that the gases are evolved on electrodes. Another observation that can be made is deposits of metals on electrodes. In some cases, metals can be found deposited on electrodes. Another observation that shows the occurrence of chemical change is change in the color of the solution. The color of the conducting solution may change. All these are the chemical effects of electric current. Now you know that solids and liquids conduct electricity. Did you notice any difference in the conduction of electric current by solids and liquids? What is the difference in the conduction of electric current through solids and liquids? Let us find out the differences. In solids, electricity is carried by electrons. You know that free electrons are responsible for carrying electric current in solids. Whereas in liquids, electricity is carried by ions. Ions are charged atoms. Positively or negatively charged atoms are called ions. In the case of solids, when electric current passes through the solid, there is no chemical change taking place. There won't be any chemical change. There may be physical changes, but chemical changes do not occur. But when electric current passes through liquids, chemical changes take place. This is the chemical effect of electric current. When electricity passes through a liquid, chemical reactions or chemical changes take place. When electric current is passed through an electrolyte, it decomposes into their constituent elements. This process of decomposition of a liquid due to the passage of electricity through it is called electrolysis. Now let us see what are the requirements for electrolysis. Electrolysis is usually done in a vessel which is called electrolytic vessel. To carry out electrolysis, a container is needed and that is referred as electrolytic vessel. Two metal rods called electrodes are connected to the two terminals of current source. The metal rods which are connected to the terminals of the current source or battery are called by the term electrodes. Out of the two electrodes, the electrode which is connected to the positive terminal of the source or battery is called anode, and the electrode which is connected to the negative terminal of the battery is called cathode. For carrying out electrolysis, two electrodes are needed. The electrode which is connected to the positive terminal of the battery is called anode, while the electrode connected to the negative terminal of the battery is called cathode. What happens during the process of electrolysis? You know that chemical changes occur when electricity passes through a liquid or solution. During this process, the electrolyte decomposes into positively and negatively charged ions. Positively charged ions are termed as cations, while negatively charged ions are called anions. When electricity is passing through a solution, the solution splits into ions. The positively charged ions or cations move to the cathode and take electrons from the cathode and is discharged into neutral atoms. The cations accept electrons from the cathode and get discharged, and they become neutral atoms. Whereas the anions, which are negatively charged ions, move towards the anode. Anions are negatively charged because they have excess electrons, and they give up the extra electrons to the anode and changes into neutral atoms. Now let us summarize the points that we learned in this session. Liquids like solutions of acids, bases and salts conduct electricity. Liquids or solutions which conduct electricity are called electrolytes. Pure water is a bad conductor of electricity. The passage of electric current through a conducting solution causes chemical reactions. The process of decomposition of a liquid or electrolyte on the passage of electric current through it is called electrolysis. Electrolysis of water produces hydrogen and oxygen gases.